So, a few days ago, Sky Sports did the best knockouts of 2019, and I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions and reactions to those particular knockouts, and also give you one or two knockouts that aren't on there, but I'm going to put on my list. So let's go. So Sky Sports have AJ versus Ruiz 1, Deontay Wilder versus Dominic Breazeale 2, Derek Chisora versus Artur Szpilka, Canelo versus Kovalev. So it's not in any sort of like ranking order, it's just what they showed. They didn't say one is better than the other. Conor Benn versus Bois, Callum Smith versus Hassan Adam. So let's get into each one quickly. So Anthony Joshua versus Ruiz 1. This is the first fight it was early June at Madison Square Garden. This was a surprise upset. But in regards to just the knockout itself, I'm not going to have that on my list as a top knockout because the shots weren't clean in regards to like you have to really look to see what happened. And when AJ hit the floor, he wasn't sprawled out, flat out concussed. He actually beat the count on every single knockout he got up. But obviously the ref waved it off because of his despondent attitude with the last knockdown. So I'm not gonna have that one on my knockout of the year. However, in regards to like upset of the year, it can be on there for that because that was the undefeated heavyweight champion, not undisputed, sorry, the unified undefeated heavyweight champion being beaten by an underdog who no one thought had much of a chance. So salute to Ruiz, but that's not making my knockout of 2019. On to the next one, Deontay Wilder versus Dominic Breazeale. Now I agree with this one. So going into this fight, just like going into the AJ versus Ruiz fight, I think there was pressure on the top heavyweights because it wasn't clear who was the best, and there was a lot of talk saying, who actually is the best? Is it Wilder for his punching power and his how quick he can recover in fights and carry his power late in fights? Is it Tyson Fury because of his boxing skills? I mean, he had a draw with Wilder the other day, and he, most guys thought he won. Or is it Anthony Joshua because he wiped out Klitschko and has unified most of the belts and stopped Povetkin quite early? It was a little bit unclear. So in the first round of Wilder versus Breazeale, a little fight is breaking out. Breazeale is getting really close to Wilder, and Wilder does what he does normally best. He's the best two punches in the heavyweight division right now is Wilder's left jab, right hand. The left jab sets it up, the right hand smashes you. He did just that, left jab, right hand. I don't even think the left jab, I'm not sure if the left jab actually hit Breazeale, but it winded his body up so he could get full pivot with the right hand, and Breazeale was out. He weren't getting up. So you hit the floor and it was flat out. I'll have that as one of my knockouts of 2019. The next one, Derek Chisora versus Szpilka. I was there live, and once again, I'm going to have this one on my list as well. One thing I'll give Del Boy credit, I've seen him fight live twice now. At the O2 Arena in London, they love him. They scream his name out. He's a proper, he's got London on lock. Yeah, so salute to Derek for that. Basically, Del Boy's vicious. So, like Mike Tyson, not as compact and not as explosive, but definitely as vicious. Left hook to the body to Szpilka, followed by an overhand right to the head. Szpilka's, once again, flat out, weren't getting up. Definitely one of the best knockouts of 2019. Next one, Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Sergey Kovalev. So going into this fight, Canelo was a middleweight, fighting at 160 pounds. He's now skipped two divisions, so he skipped middleweight, skipped super middleweight, and he went to light heavyweight to challenge the champion, Kovalev. So Kovalev held a portion of the belt. You have to give him his due. He's jumping weights to grab belts. Not a lot of fighters can do that. Watching the fight, me personally, I had Kovalev winning. I thought Kovalev was keeping Canelo behind the jab. Yes, he was on the back foot, but Canelo wasn't really getting close to him until the 10th round. But in the 11th round, Canelo was a lot more aggressive, and I think he realized he needs to end the show, and left hook to the head, which stunned Kovalev. Then the right hand sent him down. Kovalev was crippled on his knees. The ref had to save him. He wasn't getting up. So for the fact that he was making history by going up two weights and then knocking out the bigger man, I'm definitely going to give him credit. Next one, Conor Benn versus Bois. I'll put it on my list. I'm not 100% sure how good Bois is to sort of like say was he on Benn's level, but it was a very good knockout. So by Ben, left hook, straight right hand, stuns Jamoye. Jamoye does a little dance. Ben chases him down, left hook, right hand again. Jamoye flat on his face. The ref goes over and says, stay there, don't get up, and probably encourage him to breathe. The next one, at super middleweight, Callum Smith versus Hassan Nadam. So as you know, Callum Smith won the World Boxing Super Series final last year by stopping George Groves. It might have been in the 8th round. And yeah, there's a few belt holders at super middleweight right now. There's Caleb Plant as well. So we need to get some clarification on who's the best. But Smith knocking out Nadam, a short chopping right hand, and it was a good knockout. But that's not going to make my list because, in my opinion, Callum Smith is a top fighter in that division. He's one of the elite. But Hassan Nadam was washed up. So it wasn't even competitive. So I'm not going to have that one on there. The two that I am going to put on there, which one is actually a Sky Sports fighter, which is Shannon Courtney. So Shannon Courtney is a female. If you don't know her story, check it out. I'll leave a link to her story. It's a Sky Sports interview, about 12 minutes, in the description of this video here. She's basically an overweight girl living a terrible lifestyle, smoking 40 cigarettes a day. Went to a boxing fight, Billy Joe Saunders versus Joe Ryder once, and got a bit intrigued with the artistry behind boxing. She said that Del Boy was obviously on the card as well, and it made a lot of noise for him. There you go, Del Boy again. But she said later on down the line she went to a box size class and she enjoyed it, and she got told that she was really good, and that encouraged her to keep doing boxing, and it got her fit, and now she's a boxer. Probably had about 5 fights right now, so an upcoming prospect, one to keep an eye on. But her fight versus a lady called Kwasi, which I can't find on YouTube, but it's on Shannon's Instagram profile, so I'll put a link to that as well. Shannon's a puncher, do you know what I mean? Chasing her opponent down to the ropes. Her opponent throws a right hook. She punches with the puncher. As she throws the right hook, Shannon ducks down, slips to her left, and comes up with a left hook, and she's out. She's out. Very good knockout. And as Shannon will say in her interviews, the way that she fights is designed to be a professional, not an amateur. None of this pity-pat stuff. And the last one I'm going to put on there is Daniel Dubois versus Nathan Gorman. So going into this fight, both heavyweights were considered potential prospects who may do well in a year or 18 months after this fight. And there was a lot of pressure, I think, between both guys to sort of separate one from the other. Nathan Gorman, cousin of Tyson Fury ringside. Daniel Dubois, known as a puncher. Gorman, a bit of a slickster, a bit of a speedster. Well, Dubois able to chop him down using the jab. The knockout itself, double jab, but doesn't really catch Gorman, but it just blinds him and gets his attention. Then a chopping right hand right behind the ear. Gorman's out. I'll have that on my list as well. So those would be my knockouts of the year. I'll repeat them again. Dubois versus Gorman. Shannon Courtney versus Kwasi. Conor Benn versus Jamoye just gets in. Canelo versus Kovalev. Chisora versus Spilka. Wilder versus Breazeale. And I'm leaving off AJ versus Ruiz. And Callum Smith versus Hassan. And what I would say about Sky Sports the knockouts of the year is that I'll leave a description in this video. You can look at it. A very good video, but very biased because all of their fights have been on Sky Sports. They haven't picked any fights that are, Boba Rum promoted or on a Frank Warren card. It's all about Sky Sports. Even though the Wilder versus Breazeale fight is at Al Heyman PBC boxing thing, that fight was still shown on Sky Sports. So that's my pick. Let me know what you think. If I've missed any, I probably haven't seen the fight, but let me know. Yeah, and also later on today, I'm gonna do a video called Andy Ruiz hit by the Buster Douglas curse. Yeah, I'll say no more. Have a good day. Bless.